Hello friends, how are you? Welcome to part 4 of Unit 2, Still We Raise. So these were the questions I gave you in the previous class. Let us begin by answering these questions. Number 9. Had Cinderella appeared in her old clothes, Paraya Vastrangal, how would the prince have treated her? Engane Prince Perumarumayirunnu. Perhaps the prince would not have noticed her. ശ്രദ്ധിക്കുമായിരുന്നില്ല. He would not have allowed her to enter the ballroom. അനുവദിക്കുമായിരുന്നില്ല ബോൾറൂമിനകത്തേക്ക് കടക്കാൻ. Why did Cinderella pretend to be asleep? The answer is to show that she had not been to any place. 11th question. Cinderella forgot the words of her fairy grandmother on the second day. What may be the reason? എന്തായിരിക്കും മറക്കാൻ കാരണം? She was enjoying the party in the company of the prince and thus forgot about the passage of time. Passage of time. സമയം പോകുന്നത് മറന്നുപോയി. So here was yet another homework that I gave you in our last class. Anantu runs fast, Lakshmi runs fast too. Anantu fast ആയിട്ട് ഓടുന്നു, ലക്ഷ്മിയും fast ആയിട്ട് ഓടുന്നു. The question given to you was to combine these two sentences. Here is the way to do it. Anantu runs as fast as Lakshmi. Anantu Lakshmiyude അത്ര തന്നെ വേഗത്തിൽ ഓടുന്നു. Reading is as interesting as watching TV. My dog is as cute as your dog. Now look at the third sentence. My dog is as cute as your dog. So I have striken out something there, which is cute too. I did that to remind you that we don't need is cute too, the other part of the sentence, to make it a complete sentence. My dog is as cute as your dog only is necessary. Ashwati is as old as Amu. This car is as big as that car. Pratibha is as intelligent as her brother. Let's move on to the second worksheet. Mary has, have or had a book. You can use either has or had here. Mary had a book, correct. Mary has a book is also correct. A rabbit has long ears. Shiv dash a new bicycle. Shiv has. They have. The fourth one, they had breakfast. Rohan has. I have. We dash a big house. When I was a kid, we had. Grandma dash a pet rabbit. Grandma has. Bonnie has finished her project work. Do you have a balloon? This hen has red wings. Sam had fun at the party last Sunday. And let's begin today's class with an animation. This is the prince's horse and he is going for a search for Cinderella. The prince became very sad when Cinderella left him. Sad, Vishamamulla. His servants brought him the glass shoe that Cinderella had left in the room. He wanted to find out the beautiful girl who had danced with him. The next day, he sent messengers to announce that the prince would visit every home to find out the lady. This news excited the ladies. The two stepsisters were very glad because they had pretty feet. They put on their best clothes and waited for the prince. But Cinderella didn't have any good clothes. പ്രിൻസ് എല്ലാ വീടുകളിലേക്കും വരാൻ പോവുകയാണ്. ചെരുപ്പ് ആരുടേതാണെന്ന് അന്വേഷിച്ച് സിൻഡ്രല്ലയ്ക്ക് good clothes ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നില്ല. Something tragic is going to happen here. That's why I have shown a knife here. Cut the toe off, for when you are a queen, you will never have to go on foot. Cut the toe off. What is the meaning of toe? Kalviralugal. Cut a piece of your heel. When you are the queen, you will never have to go on foot. This is the The greedy, the selfish stepmother of Cinderella telling this to her daughters. And why is the stepmother saying this? Do you want to know? Let's find out. The prince visited every house. He invited girls to try on the shoe Cinderella had left in the ballroom. The girls tried it on, but did not fit any one of them. Finally, the prince reached Cinderella's house. The eldest stepsister went to her room to try on the shoe, and her mother stood by. But she could not get her big toe into it, for the toe was too small. Then her mother handed her a knife and said, "Cut the toe off, for when you are a queen, you will never have to go on foot." സിൻഡർലയുടെ ഷൂ ചേച്ചിക്ക് പാകമാകാത്തതുകൊണ്ട് സ്റ്റെപ്പ് മദർ പറയുകയാണ് വിരൽ മുറിച്ച് കളയാൻ പറയുകയാണ്. So the girl cut off her toe, squeezed her foot into the shoe. She concealed her pain, ഒളിച്ചു വെച്ചു, and went down to the prince. The prince looked at her shoe and saw blood flowing under it. "There is blood on your shoe. The shoe is too small. Not the right bride at all." Do you know who this person is? Is it Cinderella or is it the prince? Who are the other two? Let's find out what happens next. Let me try it. Clear out of here. How dare you come here in these dirty rags, you ugly creature? Cinderella പറയുന്നു, ഞാനിത് ഇട്ട് നോക്കട്ടെ. എന്താണ് സ്റ്റെപ്പ് മദർ പറയുന്നത്? What is the step mother saying? Will she allow Cinderella to try out the shoe? Let's find out. Not the right bride at all, the prince shouted in anger. Then the other sister tried the shoe. She went into her room to do so and got her shoes comfortably in. But her heel was too large, heel, uputi. Then her mother handed her the knife, saying, "Cut a piece of your heel. When you are the queen, you will never have to go on foot." So the girl cut off a piece of her heel and thrust her foot into the shoe. The prince looked at her feet and became more angry and shouted, "There is blood on your shoe. This shoe is too small, not the right bride at all." Then Cinderella came forward and said, "Let me try it." Her sisters laughed at her. "Clear out of here. How dare you come here in these dirty rags, you ugly creature," they said. But the prince asked her to try the shoe. "I have seen you somewhere, but I cannot remember where," he said. Cinderella put her left foot into the shoe and it fitted her perfectly. Everybody was astonished. എല്ലാവരും അത്ഭുതപ്പെട്ടു. സിൻഡ്രല്ലയ്ക്ക് അത് കറക്റ്റായിട്ട് ഫിറ്റായി. She then pulled out the other shoe from her pocket and put it on her right foot. Just then, the fairy appeared and touched her with her magic wand. In a moment, her rags changed into clothes of silk and gold. The prince danced with joy. "This is the right bride. The shoes are fit for her. She is the right bride after all. You are the most beautiful girl in the country. I will make you my bride." വധു ആക്കാം നിന്നെ എന്ന് പ്രിൻസ് പറയുകയാണ്. Now you can look at the expression of her stepsisters. What are they feeling? Are they happy at all? The prince danced with joy and cried, "This is the right bride. The shoes are fit for her. She is the right bride after all," he said to Cinderella. "You are the most beautiful girl in the country. I will make you my bride." The prince married and took her to the palace. Cinderella pardoned her sisters and took them to the palace. Pardoned, ക്ഷമിച്ചു. They lived there happily thereafter. This is the end of our story, Cinderella. Did you like this story? If you liked the story, let us try to find out the answers of these questions. Let's revisit the story. Cinderella had to suffer because of the bad treatment from her stepmother and stepsisters. Write briefly about her sufferings and her reactions to it. സിൻഡ്രല്ലയുടെ വിഷമങ്ങൾ അവിടെ കഷ്ടതകൾ സഹിക്കേണ്ടി വന്നതിനെ പറ്റി എഴുതാനാണ് പറയുന്നത്. ഹിയർ ഐ ഹാവ് included some hints, സൂചനകൾ. I want you to write it as a complete sentence for the next class as a homework. Let's read what it is. When Cinderella's mother died, she became a domestic slave, Adima. Forced to work hard, ill-treated, sits crying thinking about her mother. These are not complete sentences, but for the next class, I want you to carve this out into full sentences. Let's take an example. Forced to work hard. How do you change it? Who forced who to work hard? We know that. സിൻഡ്രല്ലയെ സ്റ്റെപ്പ് മദറും സ്റ്റെപ്പ് സിസ്റ്റേഴ്സുമാണ് ഫോഴ്സ് ചെയ്തത്, നിർബന്ധിച്ചത്. അപ്പോൾ എങ്ങനെയാണ് അതിനെ എഴുതുക? സിൻഡ്രല്ല വാസ് ഫോഴ്സ്ഡ് ടു വർക്ക് ഹാർഡ്, ഓർ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ the stepmother and stepsisters forced Cinderella to work hard. Take the other one, ill-treated. Who was ill-treated here? And who ill-treated that person? It was Cinderella who got ill-treated. Ill-treat ചെയ്യപ്പെട്ടത്, മോശമായി പെരുമാറപ്പെട്ടത് ആരാണ്? സിൻഡ്രല്ലയാണ്. മോശമായി പെരുമാറിയത് ആരാണ്? സ്റ്റെപ്പ് മദറും സ്റ്റെപ്പ് സിസ്റ്റേഴ്സുമാണ്. ആ രീതിയിൽ ഇത് പൂർത്തിയാക്കുക. Shall we move on? This is the second question. Cinderella left one of her glass shoes in the ballroom. How did this incident change her life? So here is the answer of it. While leaving the ballroom, she left her shoe behind. The prince fell in love with the girl with whom he had danced, searched for the owner of the glass shoe and found Cinderella. They got married and lived happily ever after. You may copy this to your notebook. Third question, is Cinderella a lovable girl? Cinderella സ്നേഹിക്കാൻ കൊള്ളാവുന്ന ഒരു പെൺകുട്ടിയാണോ? Why do you think so? നിങ്ങൾ എന്തുകൊണ്ടാണ് അങ്ങനെ വിചാരിക്കുന്നത്? Pick sentences to substantiate your answer. ടെക്സ്റ്റ് ബുക്കിലുള്ള സെൻറ്റൻസസ് തന്നെയാണ് എഴുതേണ്ടത്. Hope you can find out the answer of the third question. Let's move on. Thoughts of Cinderella. This is yet another activity. Here you have to read this text which is given in italics, slanted letters. This is the incident that happened just before the stepmother and stepsisters leaving for the party, for the ball. So wiping her tears, she began to think what would be the thoughts of Cinderella. This also is your homework. I will surely help you by giving you some hints. Let's check it out. Here is Cinderella in the middle, and 4 pictures are given here. What does this picture depict? What does this picture show? Who are they, and what is Cinderella thinking about her or them? Let's see. My stepsisters might be enjoying the ball. And what about this picture? Who is it? Who is this? If my mother were alive, I would have attended the ball. What about this picture? I have no other way but to remain in the kitchen. Finally, here we have the picture of Prince. What might she be thinking about the prince? Prince's ball party. So, form this into the thoughts of Cinderella. At the end of every class, I will include a worksheet. So, here is the one for today's class. Adjectives. This worksheet is about adjectives. Adjectives are like decorations which we give to nouns, like ornaments which we decorate nouns with. Let's take an example. Tall boy. Boy is the noun here. Boy എന്നുള്ള വാക്കിനെ വിവരിക്കുന്നതാണ് tall എന്നുള്ളത്, ഉയരം കൂടിയ ആൺകുട്ടി. Let's read this. Read the sentence, circle the adjectives. ഓരോ സെൻറ്റൻസും വായിക്കുക, adjectiveനെ മട്ടം വരയ്ക്കണം. Take the first example. The clothes are not clean. Which is the adjective here? Is it the clothes? Is it the word clean? Clean ആണ് ഇവിടെ adjective. വൃത്തിയുള്ള എന്നാണ് അർത്ഥം. അപ്പോൾ അതിന് പകരം ഉപയോഗിക്കാൻ കഴിയുന്ന ഒരു വാക്ക് എന്താണ്? നോട്ട് ക്ലീനിന് പകരം ഉപയോഗിക്കാൻ കഴിയുന്ന വാക്ക് dirty എന്നുള്ളതാണ്. So we have to rewrite it in that way. The clothes are dirty. The clothes are not clean. The clothes are dirty. Second one. The homework is not hard. നിങ്ങൾ എന്ത് ചെയ്യണം? ഹാർഡിന് ചുറ്റും വട്ടം വരയ്ക്കണം. എന്നിട്ട് നോട്ട് ഹാർഡ് എന്നുള്ളതിന് പകരം ഉപയോഗിക്കാൻ കഴിയുന്നൊരു വാക്ക് എഴുതണം. ഏതാണത്? ഈസ് ഇറ്റ് സ്ലോ ഓർ ഈസ് ഇറ്റ് ഈസി? നോട്ട് ഹാർഡ്, ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടുള്ളതല്ല എന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ എളുപ്പമുള്ളതാണ് എന്ന്. അതുപോലെ ഈ 15 എണ്ണവും അടുത്ത ക്ലാസ്സിലേക്ക് നിങ്ങൾ ചെയ്തു വരുമെന്ന് ഞാൻ വിചാരിക്കുന്നു. മുഴുവനും ചെയ്യാൻ കഴിഞ്ഞില്ലെങ്കിലും പരിഭ്രമിക്കേണ്ടതില്ല. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് എത്രയാണോ കഴിയുന്നത് അത് അടുത്ത ക്ലാസ്സിലേക്ക് ചെയ്തു വരിക. ചുരുങ്ങിയത് 5 എണ്ണമെങ്കിലും ചെയ്യണമെന്ന് ഞാൻ വിചാരിക്കുന്നു. If you have any doubts regarding any of the parts which we took today, you are free to call to the number given below. Thank you very much for watching.